What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Alisa Doing It My Way. Real life, real moments over here, y'all. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, y'all. Today is Saturday, May 2nd, and today is my son's 24th birthday. He is not a baby anymore, but he's my baby. Always will be. But my son has been dieting or changing the way he eats for I don't know, has it been about a year now? He's lost over 100 pounds. He's been backsliding a little this week, but he said it's his birthday week, so he's been craving and craving and craving for months those mozzarella sticks from Chili's. So, and he's been planning this for months, y'all. He said on his birthday he wants to go to Chili's. So we are on our way to Chili's, of all places, for his birthday. I'll see y'all when we get there. Y'all, I hate when you go out and they put your drink in a cup. I don't like to eat off of, whenever I go out, I mostly try to get finger foods because I hate using the utensils and drinking out the cups and stuff like that. How many of y'all are like that? Needless to say, I ain't drinking that water. That's why I got water, because unless they bring me the soda in a bottle, I won't drink it. All right, y'all. I just got an appetizer for dinner. Just like I said, I didn't really see what I wanted. Let me show y'all what I got. The triple dipper. Got a big cheese ball. Triple dipper, mozzarella sticks, Santa Fe egg rolls, and some chicken strips. And I don't know, my son's pasta is hiding. Husband got some salmon. He got his mozzarella sticks, y'all. Me and my husband sharing some. What kind of fries are these? Cheese fries are supposed to be?
Loaded.
Loaded cheese fries.
With no bacon.
Without the bacon. Hey y'all. Just leaving the gym. I took today off. Decided to go to the gym. Now I want some ice cream. I do. It's just a bunch of nonsense going on. Y'all might hear my text messages going off. I got 4 people. 4 people texting me from work, telling me that they promoted this girl, which I already knew they were going to promote her. When that spot became open, I knew it. Without a doubt, I knew it. Does she deserve it? No. There are plenty of other people who deserve that promotion. And it's gotten to the point, and it's I hate to make everything about color, but it is. It is about color. It is. Because everyone that I've asked that looked like me, I asked them, are you going to apply for that position? No. And I kind of felt the same way myself a little bit, because it's like you already know that they're not going to give it to you. They're going to look for any excuse not to give it to you. Any excuse not to give it to you. There have been so many people that look like me that have walked away from that job or that department because of that. And I know without a doubt, this person does not deserve to be promoted. She does not. It's all about who you're friends with and who you know. And in my experience, for me and people that look like me, or people that look a little like me in this department, the more work you get or the more work you do, you're rewarded with more work. You're not rewarded with promotions or raises or anything like that. You're just rewarded with more work. I am so tired of working and not being appreciated where I work at. I am so tired of that. The money is not even all that great. But to go to work and you try your best to do a good job for these patients and whatever, and someone else always gets the reward. And it's like, it's funny because the email that they sent is like, they're saying, oh, we're happy to announce such and such got promoted to such and such. But then went on to explain why they made that decision. I never saw them do that before, but they had to justify why they chose her. It's amazing. It's amazing. But I'm not going to be the only one that speaks on it, because then you become a target, or they start, digging into your stuff and trying to find fault in what you're doing. I'm so tired, y'all. I am so tired. Y'all don't know how tired I am of working my behind off and not being appreciated at this place. But I think I'm gonna go get some ice cream. I just wanted to come and say that. Hey y'all. Guess who handed in their resignation yesterday? Yep, I did it. I did it. I got offered a different job somewhere else. So I accepted. My background and everything came back already. I waited to, say something until everything was clear. And I'm supposed to start my new job Tuesday. I am afraid. I'm afraid. And I think we condition ourselves to be that way. Well, I know I do. It's like where you're at, you already know what you're getting, but in my head, I'm like, girl, what if you go over here and it's like 10 times worse? I didn't feel that when I was interviewing, but of course, you never know. You don't get the gist of stuff just by interviewing. But what I can say is that while I was interviewing, going through the interview process, I seen a lot of different people from different backgrounds and different positions. So that made me excited, and I do remember mentioning in my interview something about being rewarded for your hard work and not just who you know, something like that. And I remember they liked that. They liked that when I said that. So I'm hoping that this is my company, a company where I can stay and grow at, because I'm already older, y'all. I'm already older, and don't nobody have time to be moving around like that. How many of y'all have been at your jobs for more than 10 years? I think the last job that I've been at, the longest job I've been at, I was there maybe about 15 years, and that was some years ago. It's like since then I've been moving around, and I don't know if that's like the new normal or not. I see a lot of people saying that online, like the most they stay at a job is like 2 or 3 years, and then they're on to the next. I guess I can understand that, especially if there's no room for growth. I'm all about growing. I told y'all that's my personality. I'm an Aries. I was born to lead. Wasn't born to follow. I am a natural leader, and when someone tries to keep me stuck or stagnated, I don't like it. It physically hurts. So today is my last day at work. My computers and stuff are behind y'all. Y'all can't see. I'm sitting at my desk. It's my last day at work. And it's like, these jobs, they don't give a damn about you. You know what I mean? Had it had been someone else that was leaving, and I know we already discussed color, had it had been someone else, it would have been like, oh, y'all hear my stomach growling. This is such and such last day, and we wish you well, and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. When it's someone that looks like me, the only way we know that they're not here anymore is if they tell us personally, like this is going to be my last day or whatever, or they just announce such and such is not here anymore. And it's like, I'm not even going to get into all of that, but I got a new job, y'all, and I start next week, so I'm excited. I just wanted to come on and tell y'all that, but let me get back to work, I guess. I guess I'll get back to work. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey, y'all. Happy Friday. It's Friday morning. I slept almost to 8 o'clock, which is weird for me. Well, let me change that. No, I did wake up at like 4 something, and what did I do? TMI, but I went to the bathroom. I took a shower at 4:30 this morning, so I came out in the living room, got in my chair under my blanket, and ended up falling back asleep. So I woke up. It was like almost 8 o'clock, like 5 minutes to 8. And I'm like, wow. And actually what woke me up, I hear my team's chat going off. I still have yet to unplug my computers and stuff. Y'all, it's real. Like, I feel so strange. I feel like I'm unemployed. I feel like I'm unemployed, and it's freaking scaring me. Only because with the new job that I start next week, it's like communication hasn't been the best up until Thursday evening. So communication hasn't been the best, and it had me second guessing. And that's why I waited so long to hand in my resignation. Y'all, I didn't give them people no 2 weeks. I gave them 2 days. 2 days. I wanted to do the right thing and get them 2 weeks, but the communication and stuff at the new job, like I said, it was just lacking, and it has me sort of nervous, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, it has me nervous. So I'm supposed to wait for an email from FedEx for details on my new computers and what have you. And it's like almost to the point where I know it's my anxiety too, but y'all, how many of y'all have ever had a job like snatched from you in the last like seconds? So I don't think it's been a year yet. It might be going on a year, but sometime last year, y'all, in the old department, and I don't think I shared this because I don't think that I was recording at that time. I think I was still MIA. I got offered a position with a different company, and went through the interviews or whatever, got the position. They wanted to meet me in person, and I can't remember if they told me that during the interview or not, but they wanted to meet us in person. But let me tell y'all what that entailed. I had to fly to Indiana to meet these people in person. Y'all hold on a minute. I gotta go turn my turkey bacon. One moment. I'm back, y'all. I gotta remember, I got my bagel in the broiler. Y'all better not let me burn my bagel. So they wanted me to fly to Indiana. Of course, they paid for it, right? But let me tell y'all how this day went. And for someone like me, who I am, when I tell you afraid is not even the word to use right now, even though I want to go places, but I am so afraid of flying. I do it and don't know how I get through it. I don't do it often, but I do it. I had to, they made all the arrangements, and then I found out there was like, I think about 4 or 5 other ladies meeting with me, and it was to have lunch. They said it was to have lunch with the manager. I had to fly from Houston to Chicago, change planes in Chicago to Indiana, and did it all again in the evening. I did that 4 flights in one day. When we got to the place, it was like a pizza parlor slash Italian restaurant. They had burgers, they had everything. Met with the manager, and I think it was 4 or 5 other ladies, probably 5. And she was like, I was all dressed up, and she had on stretch pants and sneakers and stuff. And I was like, can I take off my shoes? Like, I had my Crocs in my bag. She's like, girl, get comfortable. She had on stretch pants, a t-shirt, and her husband was at the bar next door waiting for her. And this is, I'm not going to say the name of the company, but this is a company, y'all. This is a legit company doing prior authorizations for organ transplants. Dead ass. So we said, she's like, this is not an interview. Y'all already have the job. We just had to meet you in person because, and she was a new manager there. They had like they were redoing their whole prior authorization department, right? She was like, they hired bots or something in the past. So they had to make sure. And I'm like, how was that possible? Like, y'all interviewed me. So it was not an interview. We all had a job. She liked us all. I felt no kind of weird vibes. Like, no, nothing. So we all eat, go back home. I'll be back. Let me take my food off. Okay, I'm back. I think I left off saying that we ate and we went home. But before that, she was saying, you know, we was like answering questions, not like interview questions, just talking, you know, about some of the horror stories, you know, you see as a prior authorization specialist and whatnot, and what they're doing to that company and how they're like basically starting over. She was giving us a little insight to what we were doing. So it wasn't the prior authorizations for the transplants themselves. I guess it was more so for the medication that the patients would need, either before or during or after the transplants, right? We ate, we was there only maybe a good hour and a half, y'all. About a good hour and a half. They paid for the lunch. So it was time to go. So it was me and one other girl. I'm not sure what part of Texas she lived in, but on the first plane from Indiana to Chicago, she was on the plane with me. Another girl stayed in Dallas. She was on a whole nother planes or whatever. Then there was another lady. She lived, I can't remember what state she lived in. It wasn't Texas. And when I tell y'all that plane, the Indiana, it's a small behind plane. It is like I'm trying to think. I think it was it single seats? I want to say it was like single seats to like 13 seats here, 13 seats there, and that was it. And my behind was in the very back. It had one stewardess, an older lady, going in. Y'all, is it just me? How many of y'all have been getting like phone call after phone call after phone call about some damn loan or auto insurance? It's ridiculous. Like, I get like about 20 to 25 calls every day about some damn loans. But anyway, I think I was telling y'all about the plane from Chicago to Indiana and vice versa. Y'all, it was a little behind plane. I sat in the very back, and it's so little, like it doesn't even fly like thousands of feet, which is, I guess, a good thing. But you could still see the ground. Like, that's how, because the flight was only like about 30 minutes or so, not even. But I did all of this, y'all, in the day. And if you've ever been to Chicago, what is it, O'Hare Airport? Oh my God. That thing is humongous. It is humongous. I don't know why it's so big. My knee, by the end of the day, I was no more good. I was no more good. Like, I had to get assistance when I got off the plane back in Houston to get to the Ubers and stuff. I had to get somebody to wheel me because my knee was just out. I could not walk anymore. But I know I'm rambling. So, did all this in one day. I took a vacation day, y'all. Did that. They told us to expect some paperwork and stuff for a reference check and things like that, which I don't know why they didn't do that before flying us out. And like weeks had passed and we all had each other's numbers, texting each other. Did you hear anything? Did you hear? You know, one person might have said they heard this. Another person might have said they heard that. And I remember they did the thing for my references. And I know my references were good. But at the last minute, when I kept calling because I still haven't heard anything, oh, we decided to move a different direction. What the hell do you mean? You decided to move a different direction. One girl, the one that was living in Dallas, said that they told her that her references were too old or something like that, and wanted to know if they could call her current job. And she was like, absolutely not. The lady that I wasn't sure where she lived at, she was a white lady. Me and her would text back and forth. And she was like, they tried to downplay, they reneged on her salary and tried to give her less. So she turned them down. And as far as I know, the girl that took the plane with me, I think she was supposed to start. Not sure if she ever started. But I say that to say, like, that job was pulled right under me, from me. Like, and I don't understand that. Another time, y'all, I got hired, a true story, to do fingerprints for TSA. I was supposed to do fingerprints for TSA based out of Newark Airport. And that was a process. Like that whole interview, it was like months of interviews. I met with one guy. We would meet a lot at Starbucks or whatever. They did all this digging. I had to get my student loans. I want to say excused. Or out of deferment. I don't know the correct term, but I had to do all of that. All of that. I was working at Target at the time. Did everything, y'all. Got my fingerprints. Did it all. Was supposed to start on the Monday. And I had quit Target already. And these people called me on Friday. The Friday before Monday, I was supposed to start, and told me they eliminated the position. Yes. Yes, ma'am. They eliminated the 2 days before I was supposed to start. And it actually, was it at Newark Airport? Or was it at an office? I don't remember, y'all. But it was with TSA doing fingerprints. So I say all that to say, this is why I'm nervous, because the communication has been a little off with this new job. I did speak to the manager Thursday evening. So she gave me all the manager's phone numbers Thursday evening and the leads. Told me to look out for my package from FedEx about my equipment and things of that. And if I don't get it, or if FedEx sends me something saying that there's a delay, to let them know. They can easily push my, start date back accordingly. But I need a job. I need a check. I don't need nothing pushed back. So that's why I'm sitting here this morning. I'm like, am I unemployed? Because I haven't gotten an email from FedEx. And I'm just waiting to see what happens, y'all. But I know I've been rambling long enough. I'll let y'all know. Hey, y'all. Happy Sunday. It is nice and sunny outside. Nice Sunday afternoon. And what could be better than putting a little something on the grill? You know, us black people do not need an excuse to put a little something on the grill. So we have our little grill, which is behind you, because we're not really sure how they feel about us grilling here, even though so many people have grills like on their balconies, but they have like propane, stuff like that. But I'm a charcoal girl. Don't give me no damn propane, nothing. I remember when we first moved to Texas, and my father called himself having a barbecue, and he uses propane. People in Texas love their propane, y'all. And it's like, I don't find what the difference is between that and cooking it on the stove in the oven. Like, I want to taste and smell the smokiness. Charcoal is my favorite scent, y'all. I love when it get in my clothes and everything, but we're out here cooking a little something on the grill. Nothing too much, just some barbecue chicken and some burgers. I think my son is gonna put a little steak up there, but that's it. Then nobody got time to be turning on the oven inside the hot house, so I'm half inside watching my YouTube and half outside catching some rays, but I wanted to come up here and close this video out. Thank y'all for stopping by. Alisa, doing it my way. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. All that good stuff. And if you're looking for more of me, make sure y'all come over to TikTok and follow me on TikTok at New York City Girl, GURL. But I'm going to close this out, y'all. Until next time, bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.